Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phil Switch Podcast. My name is Phil Carute, and I am joined by my fearless co-host, Brock Tamarino. The Phil Switch Podcast is brought to you by Sal's Tire Caps. Sal's Tire Caps. Who cares? Well, Brock, I think that Sal might be hitting rock bottom. That's actually the copy they sent me with that tagline at the end. Who cares? I'd hate to think that Sal's hit rock bottom. Sal's typically a very positive, uplifting guy, but I don't know. Maybe he's getting down on his luck with the tire cap business. Anyway, Brock, how have you been doing?
I've been doing okay. I just, same old. Life's not real exciting, fast moving for me. I just kind of try to keep things a little low key, hanging out with the family, catching up on some TV shows every now and then. I'll get recommendations for TV shows. And to be honest, I hardly watch any of the ones that are recommended to me just because I really don't have the time to catch up on them. Some of the guys that tell me about TV shows are watching like a ton of TV shows all the time. And I don't know where the hours in the day are. So, yeah, anyway, just kind of hanging out and, kind of doing my thing. How about you, Phil?
Yeah, I've been hanging out, relaxing a little bit this week. I was on vacation this past week, so spent a lot of time on the back porch, hanging out with the family, watching the dogs run around. I've actually been catching up on some reading. I've started trying to catch up on some magazines, or a magazine, actually, I should say, Modern Drummer, that I used to read religiously all the time, had a subscription to it, actually still until recently had a subscription to it. So I've got a stack of those that I just kind of let get away from me. So I've tried to catch up on those a little bit. Read one where they're covering 1969, I want to say, covering the Woodstock era. Actually, some of the Woodstock concert and the performances in that, but more specifically, obviously, with the magazine, it is the drum performances. So that's been pretty cool, and that's really all I've been doing. So anyway, moving to today's show, we have a in-studio guest today that was that actually reached out to our producer, asked to come on the show. We just thought we'd have her in studio. As you guys know, sometimes we have in-studio guests, sometimes we have people call in. Today's just going to be an in-studio guest. We've kind of closed the phone lines down for today. The producer said that this guest today might have some various things to talk about, a lot of things to talk about. He said that basically she's been listening to the show, just wants to come on and voice some opinions she has, not even about the show necessarily, just opinions in general, which I guess we're doing. So anyway, her name is Deborah, and she will be giving us some opinions on whatever it is she's going to give us opinions on. I think she told the producer. I'm not sure. Brock, do you know anything about what she's going to be giving us opinions on today?
I really don't. I talked to the producer just a little before the show, briefly, met Deborah, but I really don't know. So I guess we'll just see what she has in store for us here at the Phil Switch. So yeah, that's all I really know.
All right, so you and I are in the same boat here, Brock. That's good. So anyway, without further ado, in studio guest today, her name is Deborah. So Deborah, let us know some of your opinions, not necessarily about the show, apparently.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much for having me on the Phil Switch. My name is Deborah, but people call me Debbie for short, so you can call me Debbie. It's fine. Anyway, I was on a long drive home last Thursday, and I was watching the White House press briefing. Now, I say White House press briefing, everybody's going to say, oh, this is political, but it's not political. It's just some observations I make and some opinions I had about the White House press briefing I saw. So if you think it's political, not political, just observation. Observations are always political. They're just observations. So do you guys ever see the White House press briefing?
Yeah. Actually, I watch them fairly regularly just to keep up on what's going on from the White House and trying to stay connected to what's going on there, I guess is the best way to say it. I've probably been listening to them for, I don't know, 5-6 years, something like that consistently. So just trying to stay up to date on stuff.
Yeah, I catch them when I can. I can't say that I watch them as consistently as Phil, But yeah, I catch the press briefings when I can. A lot of times I'll just catch the news clips every so often about what was going on in the press briefing room. So I would say that I watch them every so often, I guess would be the best way for me to put that. So
Yeah, I watched it last Thursday. I was driving home, so I kind of watch, kind of just more listen. But anyway, the press secretary Corinne Jean-Pierre, which just an observation, she's not very good. She get very frustrated. Last Thursday, she got really frustrated because I don't know if you guys heard about the president got COVID.
Yeah, I actually did hear about that. I saw a little bit about that. So yeah, I'm aware that he has COVID now.
Yeah, so he had COVID, and the funny thing, it was not funny. It's not funny when people get COVID or sick. Obviously, not funny. The interesting thing is he said that he got a 2 vaccine, 2 booster, but he still get COVID. Oh. Yes, I get the 2 vaccine and 2 booster, they still get COVID, which is fine. If you want to get the vaccine booster, I think that's up to you. Everybody should make their own personal choice. Just kind of interesting. Anyway, they asked her, where did the president get COVID? Because he'd been gone, he'd been traveling. And he said, where did the president get COVID? A lot of people asked that in the press room. And she said, it don't really matter. It don't matter where he got COVID. And I was confused because I thought it always mattered where you get it. Oh. But now it don't matter. The president got it. It don't matter where he get it. Oh. So they ask her where he get it. They say, don't matter. And then the doctor come up and they say, oh, you're the doctor, but you're not his personal, he's not the president personal doctor. And they say, why not the personal doctor come up and talk to us, answer our questions about the COVID and the president? And the doctor said, well, I'm a doctor. And they said, well, no, but are you his personal doctor? He said, well, I'm not his personal doctor. I just talked to the president doctor. And then I come here and I talk to you and answer your questions. And they say, we want to talk to the personal doctor. You say, the personal doctor not available. Oh. Where the personal doctor at? I wonder. Oh. So anyway, he said they're not going to bring up the personal doctor. But anyway, it's very, very tense in the press room last Thursday between the press and the press secretary and this doctor. So I just thought that was interesting. Just an opinion on it. It seemed kind of weird. Oh. Anyway, some more opinions I have. Another opinion I have that I want to talk about on the field switch is a personalized license plates. You guys ever seen those? The personalized license plates where people try to say something creative. Anybody? Oh, anybody hear that?
Yeah, I've seen personalized license plates. I don't have one myself, but I've seen them with various things written on them, phrases, or however people come up with their personalized license plate. Yeah, I've seen those. Brock, have you seen those?
Yeah. I've seen the personalized license plates. Same with you, Phil. I haven't got one. Currently, I've never previously gotten a personalized license plate. Kind of like a tattoo. I'm just not sure, what I would go with. Really, that's the main reason among probably 1,000 other reasons I haven't got a personalized license plate. But yeah, so
yeah. Anyway, I see this one yesterday. I'm driving behind a truck and it says, "I bite you." So it says I space BITE space and then just the letter U, which I don't understand why people try to say words like U is YOU. I don't like when people just do the like are you okay or are you K, and it's just like the letter R, then the letter U, then K with the space between them, obviously. But that's not really how you write the words. But anyway, it says I bite you, and I'm very confused because I don't know, like, is this? I don't know if the person is like a vampire, or like they're a vampire, they're a person that identifies as a dog. I don't know. Oh, and I think if it's a vampire, they're kind of putting themselves out there for vampire hunters, like Van Helsing. You guys heard of Van Helsing?
yeah, I've heard of Van Helsing. The vampire or monster hunter guy. I've heard of him.
Yeah, so I heard of him too. I think if you're a vampire, you don't want to put down your license plate. But I also wonder if he's a vampire. And the vampires, they take people's blood so they stay alive, which I always thought was weird. Oh. Especially with diseases. They get all kind of diseases. I wonder how their immune system is. Is it strong? I wish I could talk to a vampire and say, how your immune system? And they say, oh, it's okay. I said, well, shouldn't it be strong? Oh, it's just okay. And anyway, I buy true. I don't understand. I don't understand a lot of license plates. They put number and letter together, and then I look at it. It's like I don't. It's once I make the connection, I make the word of the phrase that they're trying to say. It's always not very. It's always not very interesting. Oh, you got a personalized license plate, but it's not interesting. Oh, you just have a license plate, not very interesting. I just get the one the state gives me, where they jumble the letters and numbers. Oh, I don't try to make any words or say any phrases. Oh. Another thing that really bothers me is the guys that are growing their hair out long. I don't really mind the guys growing their hair out long. The problem comes with a couple things. So some guys put it in a ponytail, and then it just looks like they have short hair when you're looking at them in the face. You can't tell they have long hair because it's pulled back in a ponytail. But then the guys that wear their hair down, sometimes they cover their ears. And I don't think they can hear so well because I pull up beside them in traffic and they got their radio loud, and I say, hey, I knock on my window and I tell them to roll it down. I say, why your music so loud? And they say, I have a hard time hearing. I say, well, maybe it's because of the hair hanging down, covering your ears. Oh, maybe you can't hear so well. Oh. I say that, and they always get mad and they zoom off, and they always got loud engines. Sometimes it's just like a little car and it makes the engine not sound so good. Oh, it not sound good. You guys hear that?
A couple. I think that's a couple questions. I have seen guys with long hair. I have seen the guys that wear it in ponytails. Which, when they wear it in ponytails, it is a little confusing when you're walking face to face with them, because sometimes you can't tell they have long hair. And then I think your other question is the guys that wear it down, that just covers your ears. I've seen those guys. I have seen guys that have their hair down and their car radio's loud, or maybe the radio in their garage or on their back porch or in their house. But I've never thought that the hair blocking their ears could be why they have to listen to the music so loud. That's actually a pretty good point, Debbie. That's actually a good point. I've just never really thought about that.
Yeah, Debbie, that's right. You call me Debbie because my name is Deborah, but people call me Debbie for short. Debbie is a little bit shorter if you hear that. Anyway, yeah, I don't understand that, why they wear their hair long. I don't understand the mullet. I thought the mullet was gone, and it come back, and I think people think it looks better now, but it just look the same. It don't look good. Oh, it looked bad.
I don't get the mullet either. I would agree that it's not flattering to the eye, and I honestly thought that when they went away, maybe there was some law that came out that actually banned the mullet, making it illegal, but apparently that wasn't the case. So that's been a real scourge on society, that the mullets come back, and it's really infiltrated the younger crowd too, who doesn't seem to have any sense that it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks a little ridiculous. Doesn't look good. No, and I don't. So the thing is, if the guys wear their hair long, and they don't just let it flow over their shoulders, covering their ears to make the music louder, or don't wear the ponytail. Sometimes they wear the man bun. They put the hair on top of their head. It's like one of those perfume bottles with the big lid where you have to like pull it off, and it makes one of those popping sounds. It makes it sound like that. Or sometimes you have to unscrew it. But I never understand, like, or maybe you push it down, like in the whammy game, like no whammies, and you hit the red button. I never understand what the man bun's for. Because the people say, well, maybe get it out of the hair, but I think, well, you could just do it a ponytail. You not look as ridiculous as having the whammy button on top of your head. And then, of course, one time there was a guy, and I said, why do you have the man bun? And he said, you want to touch it? And I touched it, and then I tried to pull it, listen for but that sound never come. And then he got mad. So I'm not sure why they wear the man bun. So the man bun, I don't like the man bun at all. That don't look good. I don't mind guys wearing their hair long, but I don't like the man bun. The man bun, a whole other universe to me. I don't understand. So I don't get the man bun.
Oh, okay. So Debbie, the producer said you were going to give us some opinions. We've heard some. Are there any other opinions that you'd like to share with the Phil Switch today?
Yeah, actually there are. I don't understand soccer moms who don't know how to they get these big oversized SUVs, right? The Escalades, and sometimes they have the cool rims. Do they just do the cool rims still where they spin even though the car stopped?
That's a great question, Debbie. I haven't seen those forever. Those what they call them spinners. Obviously, probably. I actually haven't seen those, but I think those might have inspired the fidget spinners that kids carry around every so often to fidget with. I've also seen some adults use those, which is I don't know if the word's odd or weird. Either way, but yeah, I know the spinners you're talking about. I just don't know if they're still.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still a thing either. But they when the soccer moms, they get the big SUVs. Now some soccer moms could probably park it. I don't know. I haven't seen one yet. But they get the big SUVs and then they park all weird. And then you find out that all they have in the SUV is a little purse. And sometimes they have a dog, a toy dog. I'll talk about that later. But I don't understand why the SUV is so big for a little purse, a little dog. And they say, well, I need the big SUV because I got to drive people places, but that don't make sense because then you have the small SUV, who you can actually fit quite a bit of people in the minivan. Oh, you have the minivan instead of the big SUV. So I don't really understand. Oh, I don't get it. But anyway, sometimes when they drive around in the big SUVs, they have those toy dogs, the little dogs. Yeah, the little dogs. I don't like little dogs. You guys like little dogs?
I guess to each their own. I personally have 3 dogs, ranging from medium size, I would say, to large dogs. I've not really had little or toy dogs, Debbie. I probably wouldn't buy a little dog just because I like medium size to large dogs, but I know the toy dogs you're talking about.
Yeah, the toy dogs. Anyway, they're driving around and they have the toy dog on their lap, and the dog's licking their face. And sometimes, I don't know if it's all across the world, but you can't have a cell phone and drive anymore. But I see people like petting a dog and having the dog lick their face while they drive. That seems just as dangerous. But I see the dog and I see them in traffic, and I see them. Sometimes I'm across the way, they're right beside me. I look over, I see the toy dog is licking their face, or it's sticking out the window, and they got one arm on the dog, one on the wheel, and they're kissing that dog with the open mouth. I'm like, oh. You're kissing your dog with an open mouth. But I guess it's another thing. People that kiss their dogs with open mouths. I don't understand that. No. I don't get it. They have a toy dog. And I don't know if people realize this, but dogs lick their butts. They lick their butts a lot. Yeah. They want to stay clean. So they lick their butts. But then people kiss them with the open mouth. I don't understand. Seems like there's a lot of disease, not just in the open mouth of a dog, but it seems like there's a lot of disease because they lick their bottoms. They lick their bottoms, and everybody knows what happens at the bottom. And then they lick their soccer mom with an open mouth while she's trying to drive a big SUV. Oh, I don't understand that. Do you guys understand that?
I don't know that I've tried to make sense of it, Debbie. People that kiss their dog with an open mouth in general. I think Brock made a comment about something being weird or odd. I would say kissing the dog with an open mouth in general falls in the weird and odd category for me. I would, yeah, but does it make sense to me? I don't think it makes sense. What about you, Brock? Do people that kiss their dog with an open mouth make sense to you?
No, I can't say that it does, but I haven't.
Yeah, so it doesn't. It does. We don't think it makes sense. Everybody in the Phil Switch studio say it don't make sense from what I'm hearing. People kissing their dog with the open mouth. I don't understand. Oh, and then the other thing I don't understand is so they have this thing called TikTok. You guys hear TikTok?
Yeah, I'm familiar with TikTok. I don't have a TikTok account because I'm not 15 or younger, but yeah, I know TikTok's out there.
Yeah, I know TikTok. I would say the same thing. I don't have a TikTok account because, I'm not a teenager, so I don't have a TikTok account. What's your grievance with TikTok though? What your opinion with TikTok, Debbie?
Yeah, so TikTok, people do all kind of weird things. They like do dances on TikTok, which I don't understand. No, I don't understand that. People do weird dances, and then sometimes people try to sing with songs, but they're not really singing. They're doing that lip syncing thing like Milli Vanilli used to do. Yeah, I don't understand that because then people are like, oh, this is crazy, and people run around and go crazy because the person's lip syncing. But then sometimes the lip syncing is not very good. No, and sometimes those are the ones that go the most popular viral. The people are like lip syncing, but they're not actually lip syncing. I don't understand that. They're like lip syncing, but they're not. So it's very weird. Yeah, like the lips don't match up with the words of the song, and then they're not singing it anyway. So I'm not really sure why they make the video. It seems to waste a lot of phone storage space to make a video of you not doing anything. Yeah, so I don't get that. No.
Typically when you make videos on your phone, I think it eats up a good amount of space. I don't have a phone with I guess a lot of storage on it. I don't know what the storage rate is up to with phones now, but I see what you're saying, Debbie. I wouldn't use that storage to make a TikTok video with me lip syncing or dancing, or for the record, any TikTok video. Are you asking a question, Debbie?
No, I'm not asking a well. I ask a question.
What question, Debbie?
Yeah, just if you're familiar with TikTok and the dances and the bad singing.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, Debbie. I'm familiar with that. If you're asking me if I know why, no, I don't know. I don't know why.
Okay, so you guys familiar with it, but you don't know why. I don't know why either. It's so weird. People do weird things. I don't understand. I don't understand why people do weird things like that. Like the TikTok thing. I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't think me or Brock get it either, Debbie. We're with you. Our producer shaking his head no. He doesn't get it either. So I wish I could offer you more insight to people's motivations behind TikTok.
I'm not really looking for insight. Just wanted to know if you guys had noticed this. So you noticed, okay. That's good. That's good that you noticed it. Also, I don't understand the salmon shirt. The color salmon. Isn't that just pink?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, Debbie. I don't subscribe to the idea of a salmon shirt. If you have a salmon shirt on, it's a pink shirt. Which and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing a pink shirt. I'm just saying it's not salmon. I think everybody collectively, if they were to join together with hands or otherwise, would see that a salmon shirt is clearly pink.
Yeah, so I don't get it. Why'd they name it salmon? Why'd they name a salmon shirt? I don't get it. They could have, actually, if you've ever seen it inside a fish, they could have almost named it any color fish. They could have probably named it a carp fish. Or check out my carp shirt. It's still pink. It's still pink. It's not red. It's still pink. It's not salmon. It's not carp. I don't know. It might be bass. I haven't seen it inside of a bass fish. But it's definitely not salmon. It's just pink. It's a pink shirt. If you want to wear a pink shirt, that's fine. Just say pink though. Don't say the salmon. Don't upsell yourself to salmon. Salmon more expensive anyway. Salmon's so expensive. I'm okay with tilapia. You guys like tilapia?
Wow. Yeah. I eat tilapia. Tilapia, walleye.
Yeah, I like tilapia walleye too. But salmon more expensive. The mahi-mahi, that expensive fish. You guys have mahi-mahi?
Geez, where is this episode going? I'm sorry, Debbie. I said that out loud. Yeah, I've had mahi-mahi, salmon, tilapia. I don't know. I've had fish.
Yeah, so have I. Fish very good. Anyway, thank you guys for having me on the Fill Switch. I appreciate it. I'll see myself out.
Actually, Debbie, if you don't mind, before you see yourself out, we'll kind of wrap the show up here. Just that'll save us from having like the door open and close to the outside of the studio space, if that's okay.
Oh yeah, I don't want to interrupt the show. No. Oh no, I don't want to make no noise. Do you guys have to edit that out, right? If I make noise, oh, I don't want you guys to have to edit.
Yeah, our producer, if you make a loud noise that doesn't sound right in the recording, like a door closing or something, our producer might have to go back. Our producer might have to go back and edit that out. So I appreciate the consideration, Debbie. And also, Debbie, thank you for coming on the Phil Switch. I just wanted to say that, thank you for coming on. Maybe we'll have you on some other time and, see if we can't see what you have more opinions on, if you would like that.
Yeah, that would be great. I have a lot more opinions. You guys want to hear any of them right now?
We're actually getting ready to close shop here, as it were. So Debbie, thank you for coming on the Phil Switch. Just hang out here in the studio, and we'll let you know when we're all done. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. Cause like I said, I don't want to interrupt the show. I don't want to make unnecessary noises. Oh, then you guys have to edit it. Oh, we don't want to do that.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. All right. So, Debbie, thank you for coming on. Also known as Deborah, but Debbie for short. On the Phil Switch, and to people that she knows and hangs out with, and our producer and Brock. So anyway, thank you for listening to the Phil Switch. Thanks for listening to the Phil Switch podcast. Don't forget to check out my other podcast, the 1st and 15th with Kaplowitz Media, which oddly enough comes out on the 1st and 15th each month. If you would like to reach out to the Phil Switch podcast, you can do that through email at thephilswitch@gmail.com. Again, that's thephilswitch@gmail.com. If you are just listening to the audio version of this podcast, the video version of this podcast is also now available on YouTube and Rumble. And you can find the YouTube version at the YouTube channel Comedy Cigars Music. You can find the Rumble version at the Phil Switch. So we wish you all a great week, and we will talk to you soon here at the Phil Switch.